Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Who wants to come out and play today? We call it playing, but we know it's getting some work done, don't we? Who's around today? Who's ready for some truth, some guidance? Another way. A way that might be a little bit better than what's been going on now. Because I got you. Hey, Jen, how are you? Got something on you, Jen, right away. Let's get into it. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Next few weeks going to be interesting for you, Jen. But hang in there. Make sure you have your faith. You know, how can I put this? You ain't done yet. Let's just put it that way. You're fine. It's all going to work out. Hello, William. First of all, those recent arrangements we've been doing, if anybody is in California area, I don't care what part, California, Washington State, you know, anybody who's bordering, amazing, amazing. Has some gorgeous flower shops, and besides that, he's an amazing designer and coordinator. I looked at some of his arrangements he had posted this weekend, or past few days, right? Well, and they were just stunning. I mean, stunning. So, besides the fact he's an amazing being and I absolutely adore him, definitely. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Definitely, give him a shout out because he can design for you. You know, I love you too. And I have to tell you, Will. All right, I got to bring you live. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see if you'll go live. You gonna come on live with me? You don't have to. Hi, Madison. How are you? You don't have to go live. Yes. There's my guy.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm like so happy for you.
Thanks.
I
What have you been up
really,
to?
huh?
How have you been?
I've been good. I really like him.
Yeah, me too. He's a pretty good boy.
But he's so good for you. But he keeps you on your toes. Can get a
Oh,
little dramatic at times. Can get a little dramatic. What I'm getting, but I also get that his sense of humor. He's just just keep going. I'm just so happy for you. You know.
thanks. Yeah,
Um,
you're spot on with the whole thing, as always. So,
No, but I am because, I've been working with you for a few years now. And you know that after I've worked with you a while and I know almost everything about you, at that point I'll follow you on social media because I don't like being prompted. And ever since I got to that point where I said, okay, I can follow him now, what you've gone through over the past few years and the hurdles you've jumped, it's just such a joy to see where you're at now.
oh, thanks.
And for you to have such abundance in a time where people can't even figure out how to get out of their own way. He left by accident. I know he did because I know he didn't hang up on me on purpose. Will would never do that to me. Ever, 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 ever. Hello, Madison. How are you, gorgeous? I'm pretty sure you didn't do it on purpose. But if you did, that's okay too because I got to say what I had to say because I'm just so proud of you as I'm just babbling all over the place. It also could be phone service lately. I don't know if it's working well. I don't know if your phone died. I don't know if it's just not allowing it. All right, I have a question, random question. I think that somehow we got disconnected. I know he's trying to do something. So I'll follow up more with him later. But it the relationship he's in right now is really good, and the guy's really good. So, and like I said, Will is, I got to pitch him just because I'm so proud of what he's done and what he's achieved. I mean, you talk about somebody who, was at their very beginning. You're unable to join. So it could be my line. Um, to where he has brought himself through his drive and his talent and you know, and I got to be a part of that, you know, a small part, you know, over the past couple of years, but I'm just so proud of him and happy for him. And I just want you to keep that happiness going. You should be able to, even in the worst of ways, find a way to be happy. All right. And on a side note, I have to ask you this, guys. I have to ask you this. I've missed you too, Ash. Let me ask you a question. Okay. So Sprint was bought out by T-Mobile, right? So I was a Sprint company for years. I'm so excited wedding planning has started. That's awesome. Congratulations. It's about time. So I've been, and all my kids, the majority, are on my plan still. They just give me the money for it because, you know, that's just what families do. We take care of each other. We make the bill a little bit cheaper than it would be on our own. And they're in Jersey. And first of all, in Jersey, for one of the biggest 5G networks, there are so many dead spots that when we had Sprint, we didn't have any dead spots, and that's why I went with them, because I had other services that clients weren't able to get a hold of me. But now my kids, their texts don't go through if they're not around Wi-Fi, and I have like unlimited, so I don't get any extra charges, you know. And then even where I'm out in California, like, it's crazy. So, you know, for a company that's supposed to be 5G and have towers everywhere, they pretty much, sorry, T-Mobile, you suck. All right, anyway, so where was I? Okay, let me see if we have any. And just so you know, it's really funny. I hope you guys enjoy being able to make fun of me, because I'm trying to do TikTok because my kids insist that I have to do TikTok, and that is it's just not my vibe. But I'm trying. You know, even when I do shit more spontaneous, not all planned. But I am trying. So if some of the videos are cringy, I apologize, but I am giving it my best effort. So you know, just so you know. Okay. That's going to be great, Ash. Ash, keep going. Everything's going to happen that you want, because now you stop fighting it. I want to see if, because I know he's in a spot right now. Hello. So I have some new people on here. Hello, Puff29, RM Catcher. We got some new peeps on here. I was hoping that Trayvon was going to be on here right now, but he is not, and that's only because Mags, those babies are growing gorgeous. Oh, I got for this for you, and you guys know when this happens. When I hit some of your names, sometimes they just give me something to say, and I know it'll make the sense. Minute I said hi to you and commented on your little girls, follow through. Automatically, what they said to you is just to tell you to follow through with what it is that you were thinking about doing or planning on doing. They said follow through. It's fine. It's time, and it's all going to be okay. So follow through with it, and don't be afraid to. Okay. Hello, Jenna. Okay, so let's go through. Is that? I got some. I don't even know what that was. Hi, Maria. How are you? Nico. Somebody else who needs to give herself a break and get out of her own way. Nico, you're just way too hard on yourself, sweetie. You are so hard on yourself, and that just adds so much stress to you. Not to say that the things that you're going through aren't legitimate, but you just absorb all of this. You absorb everything, and because you are so sensitive, it really affects you and manifests, and you just have to take a breath and relax. I mean, and give yourself a break. Everything's going to be fine. Just take it one step at a time. Baby steps. And it's not a joke. I guess I'm full of stories today. That's how I know I'm getting old, because all these stories I have. I'm so cliche. Anyway, I just felt like watching a really old movie this weekend, but it's relevant. That's why I'm saying it. And it was so funny. If you have a chance, you can rent it on Amazon for $3.99. So it's not expensive, you know. And a while ago, Bill Murray came out with a movie with Richard Dreyfuss called What About Bob? Funniest movie. It's so funny. And you got to watch it. I'm not even going to give any of it away. It's just awesome. But the book, Richard Dreyfuss is this really cocky, arrogant, full of himself psychiatrist who wrote a book called Baby Steps about how to get through life. It's baby steps. How to get through the office if you're afraid to go outside. Little tiny steps to the door. Once you get to the door, you get to the other side. Once you get to the hallway, you get. But it's so true because life is a series of baby steps. It's not a joke. You know, especially now, nothing big is going to happen if you put too much on yourself because it's too overwhelming. Baby steps, small goals, you know, and I really think for a lot of people right now, your goal is should be able to get up in the morning and be able to take a breath, maybe stay away from the news for the first, you know, couple of hours and find something to be happy about. You know, to look forward to, even if things are rough, what could you possibly look forward to? And so many people right now, that's why the new meditation series I'm doing is so important. So much of their past and harms that have been done and the anger, the resentment, the regret, not being able to let go, people who've been bullied or just don't have the self-confidence, all of these things are weighing people down and making it very hard not only for them to have an abundant life, but even to be able to be in productive relationships, or people are staying into these relationships which they know they shouldn't be in, but it's better than being alone, and that's just a cop-out. So, and then other people, you know, they go through and everything's going great, but they're really focusing too much on the future and what they want from their future. And not understanding that for you to get to your future, you have to be present and live your life in your present. Because anything you do now and your goals, they're just a blueprint. You have to make that blueprint, and each baby step you take, each goal you have is towards that. But it's also living in the present and enjoying your life. Because honest to God, life, this human life that we're in is just a whisper. It is just a whisper. It's not really long at all in the scheme of things, okay? So when you think about it that way, and a lot of people right now, it's not even a whisper anymore. So many people are suffering from mental illness and suffered through traumas and the way things are going and the things that are happening to them, not being able to work through them or not trusting people enough to work through them, all the reasons why. And there's just so much mental illness and there's so much pain and so much suicide now. Or people just simply giving up and accepting. And at no moment should you accept anything less than what you want. Now, understand something. That's where that whole saying comes from. Shoot from the moon and you'll land in the stars. I mean, come on, you can shoot for the moon, but if I can land way out there in the galaxy amongst all those amazing, brilliant stars, you know, I'm light years of stars. That's landing in someplace pretty fantastic. You know, it's phenomenal. You know, I have no problem. I don't need to walk on the moon. I can shimmer in the stars and be one of them. And it's just realizing that's what life's about. You may not get exactly what you want, but if you keep pushing, you're going to get exactly what you wanted and didn't even know. If that makes any sense to you. Because sometimes you think you want some things and you go through certain things in life and then realize all of a sudden, some of us get to be so blessed that after everything you can be so happy and content, and you realize what you thought you wanted wasn't what you wanted at all. Stop listening to other people. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop allowing what's going on in our country dictate what happens to you. Can't help what's going on around us. We can do our part, but we can choose how we respond to it and how we maneuver through it. So all those things are very, very important. So now that I'm on my soapbox, but the funniest thing is, so I sat down and I'm like, okay, this little baby was calling me, this Genesis stone. So, you know, crystals are my friends. They talk to me. They really do. They're amazing. They're healing. But they really are my friends. And the Genesis Stone wanted me to hold it because it's a time, believe it or not, with everything going on, it's a time of new beginnings. But you have to choose to make it. You have to choose to work through, and you can't run from your past. You have to learn. That's why this meditation series is so important, because I think some people I've been working with for a while, I can introduce this session, which a lot of people never even knew about, because I do it privately with clients. But we do past life regressions. I do past life regressions. We do soul retrievals. We break psychic vampires, all that other fun stuff that happens. We've gone dimensional. But there's a session that I'm introducing publicly that I do, and they're called future progressions. So like you go into a past life regression to see what happened in your past. Well, this is opposite. This is moving forward. But for you to be able to actually experience a true future regression, you have to have dealt with the things from your past, been able to truly understand and live in your present so that you're even capable of seeing what's to come in your future. If you can't come to terms with what happened with the past, you're not going to be able to let go and move on. So that's so important. But I have my Genesis stone, and it's a Genesis stone because legitimately it is a stone that when our world was good. Trifon, you're on. I'm so excited. Hi, Mama. And I'm just going down. It's so much fun. It is. And I have a lot of work that I'm doing right now that I'm going to be releasing and Trifon, you're coming on live, so prepare. If you need to go like brush your hair or something, have at it, go do it because you're coming on. Look at me being bossy, but he actually asked me a very big question today. And I need to be able to answer it because I know I've done a lot of work with Trifon and I know where he's at. So, but this is a good teaching moment for everybody. So if you have questions, ask questions if you're new. If I don't answer right away, because when you start talking to people, I go on around, I don't see, just be the squeaky wheel. Be the squeaky wheel. But the Genesis stone is actually one of the first, it was made at the creation of our planet. It's part of those stones. They're amazing. This Genesis stone, in fact, Nico has a Genesis stone. She does. We're trying to find my other one. Both of them are available, but the fancy schmancy one, he didn't want to be held. And yes, I'm calling it a he because it's male energy. This one's big girl energy. This one's guy energy. See how fancy schmancy he is with all the lines that run through him? You could see the levels, Genesis stone. And this is, my little stumpy stone. She's got amazing energy, but she's solid and she's grounded. And that's why I think, because grounding is necessary. So, as I'm babbling along, Trifon, you ready to come on? And Nico, did you get my message about those crystals? I really also think, Nico, you need bergamot oil as well. I think you need to start wearing your bergamot oil on the points, which is here, 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 here. And there's also a bergamot supplement from a company that I really, really like the people. And their products are amazing that can also help you and covers it. All right, Trifon, let's go. Let's do this thing. Okay. So this might be a little trippy, especially if you guys are new. Hello, handsome. How are you?
Good. How are you tonight?
Hyper. Hyper. You asked me a question and I know you're kind of stuck, so it's not like you can do like normal work like you would normally do, but you've invested so much over the past few years. Mm-hmm. You asked a very, very, very important question. Number one, I have been, why is it that it took you 2 years to finally listen to me? Where I said, you're blocking it. Get out of your own way. You're fighting what's meant for you.
I really like to be in control. I am type A personality. I'm a control freak. So I've been learning to let go.
Because, you know, and the funniest thing is, when is your dig?
Um, it will probably start. It'll be a semester long. Um, it starts mid-August.
Okay. So, what did I tell you a year ago?
That I would be on the dig.
I told you that you were going to get into the program that you wanted to get into to be patient
Hmm.
and that you were going to be digging.
Yep.
You were going to be my, it'd be interesting. Could we actually turn you into Indiana Jones? Or are you going to be his son in the one movie? And if anybody doesn't know anything about Indiana Jones or when Shia LaBeouf or whatever his name is played his son, go watch it. Um, start at the beginning, work your way through. Um, but it's coming to pass.
Yeah. Um,
And
I
we
have
have a
to.
little bit of time, which makes me happy.
Mhm.
He's going to be digging. Where is this semester dig going to be? Because these are very important questions I have to ask you, which means he is actually working on becoming like an archaeologist.
Mhm.
Okay. So he's going, you know, and those are the people that go to the ancient tombs and, you know, some people dig up dinosaur bones. Some people go through the Egyptian temples, the Mayan temples, all that fun stuff. Hello, Lisa. I miss you fierce. So we all know when we go into these places, they're very ancient. Some of these places, you know, there was a lot of magic done there. These are ancient people who their knowledge honestly have been lost, and some of the current stuff that we do can't even touch what they were capable of doing. That's why everybody goes, we can't be the only people in the universe, which is true. We're not. Um, but when you go to certain places and through eons, we all know that you can have haunted objects. There are things that could have curses upon them,
Mhm.
or there could be spirits that are lurking around. You know, some people that might not be happy, especially if it's a new dig that nobody's touched yet.
Mhm.
Other digs, they've already affected people.
Yes.
Where is this dig going to be?
Um, the professor hasn't let us know yet, but I know it's going to be in the general Indianapolis area.
And what are you going to be digging for?
It sounds like it might be an old homestead, but the professor hasn't really provided too much information, so it's
Okay.
going to be learn as we go, I think.
Once you get the information, send it to me
Definitely.
because I can give you an idea and I'll know the energy you're going into. Okay. So it's not like we're going to you know, to Egypt or, you know, the Mexican ruins, you know, the temples or anything like that. So that I can actually see what you're going into. Okay. But the fact you're questioning what I do, you've worked with me
Oh,
long enough.
oh no, no, definitely not questioning. It's more
Well,
of
how you should prepare,
yes.
you know. But there's one thing, and we have time, which means I don't have to worry about the cost of it right now.
Mhm.
Um, before you do, before you go on any dig, before you go on any ghost hunt, before you do any of those things,
Mhm.
and we knew this time was going to come, and I was waiting for you to be ready. We have to bring you back to when you died,
Okay.
and you have to have the conversation with death. You have to have the conversation with your reaper
Yeah.
because you were given messages and things you were meant to do when he sent you back, but because of how you responded and what happened to you and how you just kind of ran from it and didn't even
Yeah.
process it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you went through the past year. And thank God you didn't give up. Like, thank God, because you kept on applying. And I said, when you texted me, I don't know what to do. I didn't get into, I'm like, just apply.
Mhm.
Did I apply? Yes, apply. You're going to get it. Like, and I'm so happy that you let me back you up.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Thank
maybe
you.
you may not have spent that extra money to apply. Maybe you would have chose to move, which would have been really stupid. You were thinking of moving somewhere else?
Yes. I was at one point.
Ew.
I know. I know. But
Where were you going to move?
I probably Minneapolis. I was thinking about going inward.
Yep,
Or
giving it all up and not pushing for your dream, because they just showed, they said he was giving it up. He was going to make a move.
Yeah.
You didn't, you hung in there. But anything you go through, so you understand, because I'm sure you realize you started seeing more visions and things, not even out of the court, you're actually seeing things now,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
they're real. That is because you died.
Mm-hmm.
You came back, you crossed the veil. Once people cross the veil, okay, guess what? You opened up that doorway, because you kind of, he came from you,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason, and I'm not gonna, you were given an extension in time. I was almost gonna say pardoned,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not. Like, death was coming, you cheated death,
Yeah.
you know, but you didn't cheat it. It's not like Final Destination. It just wasn't your time. And I almost, well, the thing is Lexi, he did. That's the whole thing. He died on the table a few times, and he did see things, but it was so traumatic for him. And even though he has people in his life who loves him, he's basically been like a lone ranger for a few years now. So he had to try to process and recover, and he went dark for a while. Well, not him dark, but he was kind of caught in a dark place, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was rough. We've already discussed that, and we don't need to go into that again.
Yes.
But he's blocked those things out. But now he started doing that work. We did that one session, and I don't know what, I don't remember if it was a meditation or a session or what we did, and all of a sudden next week everything got better.
Yeah.
Which was great. What was it we did that broke you out of your shit? Because I said it's time. Because I try not to push you guys to do things, but I'm learning I have to. I have to help you guys get out of your own way. So that's why I randomly text you people.
Was it a soul retrieval?
That's right. We did the soul. I said it was time before I said it was time. And that's the thing where your soul retrieval was like an uplifting. If anybody knows soul retrievals, okay, we can discuss this too, because people don't understand this. Past life regressions, they're fun. Even if shit happened in your past lives, you know what I'm saying? Or you see yourself burn in a fire, or, you know, you were entombed to, you know, because the pharaoh died and you were one of the servants and you had to be put in there alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all these traumatic things that help you, that you've gone through in your lifetimes, you get to go back and you experience those lifetimes. You actually see, and you might be very present in it while you're doing the regression. But when you come back, there's no pain reference to it. It's not traumatic. It's like, oh, I have asthma and nobody can figure out why. But, you know, back in 1792 in France, I died in a fire from smoke inhalation. Somebody might be afraid of swimming and can't swim, but it's because they drowned. Somebody could get heartburn in their sternum area, or get these phantom pains thinking they're having a heart attack, and they're not. They found out that they were in a war where they had a sword run through them. So, and books to read, a lot of my work is with past life regressions, which you know. But a lot of people have gone through past life regressions and then come back, and a lot of people with anxiety, or people with asthma, things like that, if it was something that was brought over from a past life, by seeing what happened to you, all of a sudden it's like a thing goes off and says that has nothing to do with this life. That was a past life. And these illnesses are gone. Now, I'm not saying go get a past life regression. You're not going to be sick anymore. Okay. But everybody's so emotional, and think about everybody, like even you, how dark you got and what that manifested in you mentally and physically, because you were sick for a little bit. Depression is a form of sickness. You know, things that occurred from it, and we all have suffered from it. But so emotional pain, fear, those things can actually manifest in physical pain and conditions. Somebody stressed out can actually make themselves, who didn't have heart problems, all of a sudden they're having heart attacks. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth. So soul retrievals, those things are serious. Like there's some people I won't even let them do the past life regression until they do a soul retrieval, because they're like, we need to handle this shit before I bring you back there, because then you're going to come back a damn mess. So soul retrievals, you feel everything. You have to, I bring you back, you go through the pain. You actually have to feel the pain at its purest form to be able to heal it and bring it back into your soul. So I have to bring you through that. Most people, it's amazing, but some of the traumas that I've done with people, Aisha is a perfect example. Oh my God. So Tree Fun, because of everything he's gone through, I was having anxiety before a session. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I got to do this with Tree Fun. Okay, now how's he going to be? I thought I was going to be on Tree. I thought we were pulling like an all-nighter, because I don't let people get off the phone until I know they're okay.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared. And then Trifon goes through his soul retrieval, and this is like at the darkest point in your whole life over the past year. So they really need to do something. I'm like, let's just fix this shit. So everything bad that you felt, you went through the first level.
Yeah.
And then after that, he comes out, I'm like, how you do it? And you're like, that was the most amazing, transformational, uplifting experiences I've ever had. Like, you were good.
I felt so much lighter, to be honest. Ever since doing that, I still feel lighter.
Well, because you saw things, and you actually, but we had done so much work together before then. And I think when I said to you, I said, you're running away from death. You're running from the Reaper. Reapers aren't bad. Like I've told people, they're just there to help cross you over. It's a job. It's nothing personal. There's got to be somebody to take you, and for you, when people have near-death experience, it means, listen, we're not here to take you, but we had to do this so you crossed over to the other side so we could give you a message or give you a job or a purpose, so we could give you something. And a lot of people get so scared that when they come back, they don't want to face it.
Yeah.
So I think when you realized that, and I had said that to you before the session, I think that shifted you huge. I said, it's just because you never faced your death. You never confronted it. But before you do anything, because you have to understand, because you are seeing things now. Okay? Like, you're legitimately seeing things. And I get over the past maybe a few months or a few weeks, people, you almost get the sense like they're trying to talk to you.
Not fully, but I'm definitely like, oh, I'm not alone.
You're not alone. They're trying to contact you. That's why you're really knowing you're not alone. And sometimes it could be scary because you don't know what the energy is. Okay. So when you get ready to go into the digs, we'll go over everything that you need to do. The protection you put over yourself, how to follow your intuition. If it says, don't touch that thing, don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Point it out to somebody else. I don't know if that thing's giving me the creeps. I'm not touching it, but you guys can go do that for you, and I will look. It'll be cool, but forget it. But being able to be prepared, because too many people go into like ghost hunts and things like that thinking it's all fun and games, but they don't realize, if you don't know what you're doing, or you can't sense something, or you go into something unprepared, even if you go in with the crucifix and the squirt guns filled with holy water and your crystals and this and that, if you don't know how to do it, that's why Ouija boards are dangerous. That's why seances are dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, you could carry something home with you. They can attach. And then that's a whole different thing. Before you do go on, so we'll go through all of that, because that's just a process and that's not a big deal. And that's you being able to trust your intuition more than anything else. But before you do any of that, we have to bring you back. You have to have a conversation with death.
Okay.
You're going to have to sit down and have that. You're going to have a sit down. It's not going to be bad. I wouldn't bring you there to meet up with him again. But the messages you got, they're in your subconscious, and you chose to forget them.
I need to pull them out.
You need to remember, because it was a gift for you. It was a gift that you're still here. It's a gift that the experience you had, and you let it get the best of you, but you came through it. And now that you've come through it, and then as you do that, you are going to be forming such amazing friendships, even just over the next 6 months.
I'm excited.
Just allow yourself to make friends. You don't have to trust people, but allow yourself to be open. Give it
See,
a shot.
it goes back to
Try.
the control thing again. I like to be in control of everything.
Yeah, but you could still control the conversation. What's your idea of control? Sense the control. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Put yourself out of your comfort zone because you know you want to do things and you're supposed to. And it's funny because I immediately when I said that, all of a sudden it's like I saw that, what do they call it? The thing the thing that goes over the top, you
Oh,
know,
meter?
theaters do it. Like the banner
Oh,
says, you know, talking about, well, I wasn't meant to have like a life and relationships and all that other shit. And immediately when I said that to you, I saw that going across your forehead. And I'm like, no, you are supposed to have
mhm.
those fulfilling relationships and be able to create the bonds and be able to have your son. You're supposed to. He's there. Like you said, you didn't need to be with somebody to have him.
Mhm.
But
That's
it
true.
doesn't mean you're not going to have those fulfilling relationships. So everything's starting to happen. So stop counting things out.
Yeah.
Stop cutting your losses
Um,
because then you are choosing
yeah.
to not have something you wanted. If it doesn't, what's the worst thing? And like I'm telling you, you're meant to have those things to stop your shit. But even if you gave it your best shot,
Mhm.
you gave it your best shot, dude.
Yeah.
But, you know, and when you texted me that today, and like this was a little bit lengthy of a conversation, I'm like, okay, he can't do a session right now. I know he can. He's moving. He's going through this, and this.
Crazy time.
I'm like, okay, he better come on live to now so I can answer his question. So, and I'm glad it's a while because we do need to go through that session. We do. And you're ready for it. You're prepared for it. And then, you know, once we've done that, once you walk into the darkness, it'll never be dark again.
That's something I've really been kind of meditating on. It's not something I really fear anymore.
No,
I think we fear
you've already been there.
the cause and
Yeah.
become better, but
Hmm. But you know
uh,
what I'm saying? So it's once you, the darkness doesn't exist because they're really, you know, even in the darkness, there's light. Your eyes adjust. You understand what I'm saying? You may not be able to see in the dark initially when you get thrown into it, but if you just calm your ass down, your eyes adjust. You
and
know?
I think that's the biggest thing. My biggest takeaway lately is adjust, and I don't always have to be in control.
No, because you prevent yourself or afraid. Don't let anything that you might fear of, and don't and the greatest thing about you that I do love, although it's held you back, which you have to learn to reverse that,
Mhm.
you don't allow people's experiences affect you. Like, say you're with somebody and they had an experience with a person and you're really close to them and you like the other people and they had a bad experience in this and that. You're not one of those people who will shun somebody just because somebody else doesn't get along with them.
That's true.
You allow yourself because everybody has to understand we don't all get along with each other, but just because one person doesn't like somebody or had an issue doesn't mean that you have to suffer because of that situation. You're one of those people that can stand on your own 2 feet and basically not condemn people for how somebody else feels about them or believe what they said because everything happens for a reason. There's two sides to every story. There's really three: your side, my side, and then, you know, the absolute truth that hasn't been jaded. But I am excited for you,
Thank you.
you know, and just hang in there, but just allow yourself to experience your life. Live in your present. You know, this new move is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And all these amazing things are going to happen to you. So don't let one opportunity pass you by.
I think this is the first time I felt really optimistic about my
Yeah.
and we've had multiple conversations, and I finally feel like once I let go
Uh-huh.
and just went with the flow of it, it's
Yeah.
like you're pushing me in that direction.
Yeah. Oh, I'm constantly pushing you in that direction. Night, Lexi. We'll see you later. And then if you want to do the soul retrieval, let me know, or the past life. I think you said past life. And Jen, if you want to do a soul retrieval, we'll do a soul retrieval. Um, but I am so proud of you. I really am. You're getting there. You're getting there. But I'm so glad because I'm like this. I have to cover this, but so everybody understood, you have to really go into these things prepared. I'd rather either have somebody go in that doesn't believe in it at all,
Mhm.
or if you believe in it because you believe in it and you know better, to really be careful. Because the people who don't believe in they're blinded. They don't see things. Things might happen to them,
Mhm.
but it wouldn't happen to them in the depth it would happen to somebody who knew the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then people that, oh, I believe in it, this is going to be fun. All the campy people going on these ghost hunts. It's like, oh no, you're the first one that dies in the horror flick. You're the
Yes.
first one that's going to go. You're the one that's going to attach to on the way home. Okay. Because I've had to rescue a couple of people. Um, and just remember, no matter what it is, good, bad, and different, it always works out.
That's
So
true.
even if something sucks, which you know better than anybody, you died. You didn't almost die. You died.
Yeah.
Legit. You were dead. They brought you back a couple of times. So you died a couple of times. And I just think he was really trying to get that message. He's trying to hit that ball home. And it took 3 times.
Well, I am stubborn too, so I mean,
That's the Greek in you.
yes.
Italians, we suffer the same thing. And, especially Jersey Italians, we're just a breed all their own. I just don't know what it is. But thank you. I'm so glad you came on because I looked for you immediately when I went live tonight. So thank you. I appreciate it. And with the meditations, you know how it works,
Mhm.
and I've already explained it to you. So if you want to do them one at a time,
Mhm.
you can. But if you look at what it's about, this is all the stuff like with a couple of people, I designed this specifically because I think that will clear out everything.
I might have to cherry pick depending on my
You
schedule.
can cherry pick. I don't care. That's why I said you can do one at a time. You can cherry pick. You could cherry pick all day long. All day long, cherry pick away because you'll know the ones that are meant for you. So don't hesitate. If you talk to me, that we'll figure it out. All that matters. But I'm excited for you. But I'm excited. My predictions, my prophecies came true. I told you. I told you so.
I had 100% belief in it. Is
I
just
know. Time. It just takes time.
I'm not patient. I like things to be done right away, my way. So
Mhm. And you went through some life-changing, humbling experiences.
yes.
I mean, if anybody was brought and humbled down, and it was just because you needed the understanding.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anything else. It wasn't mean. The universe wasn't being mean to you. Um, it's just certain things you had to be able to understand
Hmm.
in this lifetime. So, but you've championed them all. You know, you
That's
have. So now to really look forward to it. So live in your present.
mhm.
Don't let one experience start creating those relationships. Doesn't mean that you have to, but I mean, you can control what happens and what you talk about, but give people the opportunity to talk to.
That's
Learn
fair.
to listen. Learn to listen. You know, and you'll be good. Okay.
Hmm. Thank you.
All right. Love you, fierce. You're welcome. I will talk to you later.
Bye
Oh, your crystal should be there. And by
bye.
the way, or get there soon. Should be there.
Yeah.
Mac Daddy. That one, the most amazing energy.
I'm
And
very.
being what you have because it's iron pyrite,
Mhm.
which is also considered fool's gold.
Yeah.
So when you think of people mining it
Mhm.
and what it uncovers and what it actually does, I have to send you what it does. It's perfect for you. I think you're gonna love the energy. It's amazing energy. He's cool as hell. So I'm so glad you got him, you know. And it
And
was really cool that Joanne got him for you. It was a blessing. So
is she on? I was gonna say special thank you to her, but
no, she's not on. I haven't seen her. I think she's been busy. I haven't seen her in a while. But you can always send her, once it gets there, a picture of you wearing it, you know. But she'll be fine. All right, cool. So I will talk to you soon.
yes. Thank you again.
All right, you're welcome. Anytime. Got to click off for me. All right, let's see. Rom fan, I have not seen you in a minute. How have you been? Okay. It's not the chancing of the bad ghosties, because for me, Jen, I do so much serious work with you guys. I mean, we go, some people that I work with, I'm really going dark into the darkness to carry them into the light or getting them out of the work that we deal with, the trauma that we deal with, all the things that happen. So when, for me, believe it or not, ghost hunts and, cleansing a house and getting bad spirits out. And I mean, for me, that's like, ghost hunting is fun for me. Doing certain things is so much fun, even when I do some mediumships. But even mediumships can be so emotional. I mean, I've had some real emotional ones lately with people, because you're not just dealing with the ghosties, you're dealing with the people that are affected by their death. So it's a completely different thing than when you go ghost hunting. But it's like a breather for me, believe it or not. And I say that because this is something I know how to do and I've done for so long. Even when I go and remove spirits that say have attached to somebody or possess them and things like that. Like when I work with people, I'm like, you have to be ready to let this thing go because we can take it out. But if you aren't committed to keeping it out, it can jump back in. It can jump out even worse. So when we do that type of work, we're very, very, very serious about the people that we're working with. And just even on ghost hunts, if you go and you want to go and it's fun, go, but make sure whoever is running them is experienced and knows what they're doing. There's people that have gone just like, I love them. Mine CTV. In fact, I've watched some of their stuff. Casey Nolan. They have done some amazing investigations. And I remember I've watched some real serious ones where they were really like dangerous haunting that were affecting people's grandchildren and things like that. And at the end, they supplied the proof. They said, yep. And they got the shit scared out of them. Like they went through it and they had a pair. Let me tell you, because some of these places you have to have a pair. But they came through to the end and I'm waiting. Okay, now what are they going to do they're calling in? What are they going to do to cleanse the house? The whole 9 yards. No, I'm waiting for them to remove. And they were like, it was like, nope. I'm like, oh, they're just, here we came in. We got the documentation you needed. Yes, it is haunted. This one house, I was so surprised. I was like, that's it? And at the end, they said, yes, you're not crazy. This is what's going on. This is what we suggest needs to be done. And they leave. And it's like, now that we've given you proof and you're not, a crazy person, now bring in the people to help you remove this. But remember, there's some places that you're not going to be able to get rid of them, that some people just simply have to move. So if you're in a situation like that, don't be afraid to move, because a lot of times when you move, the oppression goes away. The sickness goes away. The anger, kids start doing better. So just really, it's just like a perfect example. Amityville Horror or The Conjuring. I'm using movies again. They put all their money. There was no way they could possibly move. But when it came down to it, like in The Conjuring, you got to get out the house or y'all going to die. Amityville, you got to get out the house. There's nothing we can do about this. Sometimes you got to cut your losses because you have to understand it all always works out one way or another. Okay, I'm going down. No, I know that. I know what you're saying. I was going into that because a lot of people, you've been with me a while, Jen, plus you've been around way longer before me to where you've been interested in this type of thing. Some people, especially now because, ghost hunting has become very fad-like. It's the in thing. People trying to read cards and all that other stuff. It's the in thing. Seances. It's the in thing. But it's like, don't mess with it. You have to be careful. So a lot of people don't realize that. Okay, I'm going back to see if there's any questions I need to answer. Okay, I'm going back, going back, going back. All right, so Jenna, I don't know if Jenna's still on. And, okay. All right, so I'm going back just to read because sometimes I don't see these comments. Soul retrievals you really shouldn't do with another person. I mean, you can do a joint once you've done one, especially if you've gone through something with somebody or they were a huge part of your life where you've affected each other. Past life regressions, you can do past life and group joint regressions. Doing a joint soul retrieval can really, it's not something that I necessarily would recommend because that's very individual. But when you start working together and, some people's lives were a lot more traumatic than others, and then all of a sudden you can get affected by their trauma. Let's just put it that way. So you really can't do a soul retrieval together, but you can do past life regressions together. I have no problem doing it. Okay. Let me see who we got on. I'm just looking, guys. I'm looking. There's my Jenna. It's my Jenna. Oh, here we go. Valerie. Let me get to my Val. Hey, Ash. Yes, Ashley did the joint past life with the assistant. I won't even say what I just felt for you, Ashley. I'm not going to do it because it's like giving a dog a bone. It's like feeding an addict. Your mouth starts to water kind of thing, and then you get in your own way. But I just connected with very specific energy that's going to be in your life. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait. We're going to have to do a session so that you can connect with them and feel them. But I want you to focus on your wedding right now because it's all happening the way it's supposed to. Because we know when I give you that bone, boy, oh boy, do I give you that bone. And then you focus on what you need to focus on. Let's just put it that way. And that's just because I love you so damn much. Valerie, can you go live? Can you go live, Val? I saw you here. Let me see if I can get you to go live. You can tell me now. And I'm looking for something. Oh, there it is. You don't have to go live. Okay, that's okay. You could decline. Ask me the question, Val, or ask me a question. Or tell me if you just want me to give you something from spirit. You've kind of been okay. Or ask me the question, or tell me if you want me to give you something that spirit has for you. You've been around, but you've kind of been MIA for a little bit. And you've been moving through things, which is good. So I don't want to just give you a word, Val. You deserve so much more than a word. There's so much to who you are and the things that you want for yourself. And you have to understand the things that you want for yourself matters. And I'm giving to you what Spirit said. So the question, the word, if I was going to give you, is a word that actually has so many possibilities, but they're the questions you need to ask yourself. Why? That's your word. When you're going to do something, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why did they do this? Why am I still here? There's all these different things for you. So, but you really have been moving through your life, but you've kind of put yourself on hold, and I know why you did, and that's okay. That's okay. But now it's time, because things, believe it or not, seem to be getting in certain places a little bit easier, that you're able to maneuver a little bit better, and things that you may not have been able to do before. Now, because time has passed, people are getting older, you have the opportunity to do so. So now's your time to take a look at things and do those things. But just allow yourself to ask yourself the question when you're going to do things or doing things happen, why? And then allow the answer to come to you. And then when you get the answer, then say, all right, am I okay with that? Am I good with that? And if you're not good with that, you have to learn how to open up your mouth, you know? And the biggest thing for you right now from spirit, so that's from spirit, but because you've been moving through your life, it's kind of like a term called run wild for a while. You need to start running wild, start letting your hair down a little bit, doing things that are truly like fun for you, and realizing that you can do those things. Because you've kind of been stuck in this place, and let's just put it this way, you've been a very good girl. Been a very good girl. You've done what's expected of you, what should happen, and now it's your time to ask the question why, to see if you're good with that answer, and if you're not, to change it. But even if you decide not to do that, because that's me telling you to do a lot of things, Val, it's, you know what, run wild for a little bit. Allow yourself to give yourself the opportunity, even if it's something simple, to do something different. Does that make sense to you? It's so hard when I can't talk to you, because it's and everybody on here, you have no clue what I'm talking about, but Val knows what I'm talking about. Val, does that make sense to you? And this is because it's nobody else's business, so I have to be very careful how I word this. I have to be very careful of how I word this. Ask yourself why you are where you are today. When your feelings about that, I guess it's a year and a half ago, even a year ago, were a little bit different. So really ask yourself why. You know what I'm saying? And if you need a word, a thought, if it's a yes or no, if it's not too complicated, you can send it to me and I'll answer you. I figured something happened, Will, but I got to say to you what I wanted to say to you, because I'm just so excited for him, because he's a character. I mean, really, sometimes you really are his anchor, because he's like a friggin' balloon. Your guy's a balloon. I know you understood what I meant when I said that, right, Val? Nobody else is going to understand. Valerie understands. I know Val understands. So did you understand what I meant with that last statement? And I want to let you know, whatever the why is also for where you're at today, it's okay. You made the best choices for you at the time. But now you're getting to the point where you're going to have opportunities to break free, at least break free for a little bit. And you deserve that. So, okay, cool. Alrighty. And it's all right. Well, I'm fine with that. I understood. At least I got to say what I had to say. Go ahead, give me a word. Let me see. Why would you get nervous me saying your name, Jenna? I'm excited for you, because you're finally... I'm going to go live with Jenna really quick. I'm just going through picking on you people. And it's not you people because you're my peoples. It's, I don't know. Everybody gets so offended about everything right now. It's just very frustrating. People ask for the truth. They don't like you to hear it. I am so proud of you right now. You have no clue. I don't even know. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Because you're starting to not over obsess and you're just starting to live and experience your life
Yes.
and not be so damn serious about it. You hit my brain today. I'm thinking, Jenna's come so far, but she was kind of backsliding when she was getting a little bit obsessed with that guy in the office and really worrying about it and where it's going to go. Like forever's going to happen when forever's meant to. Right now you're living your life. And that's just such an amazing thing. And I'm so proud of you because you're not so worried about the other bullshit and you're having a good time and you're living now that you're doing things. That's when things happen because then you're relaxed and you're not stressed out or sending off that wonky vibe.
Yeah.
And the neediness is gone. You're not, do you notice that you're not needy anymore?
Yes.
There's not, I need. It's, you basically got game because if you go out, you're like, yeah, I want you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can tell you about it. I can either have you, and if not, that's all right, because I'll just go along my way. Like, you can cut people loose really easy, too, now, which is nice.
Yeah.
This is a new, what do they call it? Dropping everybody. I'm dropping you. I'm dropping you. A new, one of those new skills you've picked up. But it's so nice because Florida is home for you. That's home.
Yeah, it is.
You
Sure.
found your space, but I was thinking, like, she's not needy anymore. I was so excited today. I'm like, I have to tell Jenna she's not needy because I'm just waiting. Because once you just stop uber stressing about shit happens for you. When you're just like, F it, like, I'm just going to live my life. You're living very much in the present, finally. And that makes me happy.
Yes. I noticed that this weekend.
Yeah.
This week. But especially
Well,
this weekend.
it's been an evolutionary process. Like, for a little while there, you were really, really having a rough time.
I was.
And it was just trying to keep you, it was trying to keep your head above water because, you know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, hang on. Like, I'm sitting there and nobody was around. Like, the one guy I texted, his one brother was going through kidney failure, and ever since COVID he hasn't gone anywhere. It was an older gentleman that lives in Florida, and it's been everywhere. Like, he's like my son. He adopted basically my one son since he was in Florida for so long. That was like his adopted dad kind of thing, and I was like, okay, John, I need you to go grab Jenna. And he's like, I can't right now. So I was like, and everybody was busy or off doing a show. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I would have sold my right arm because she's spiraling. She's spiraling.
I was most definitely spiraling. I would
Oh my
agree.
God. I was, for me to just sit there, I was trying to pull in all these favors and people wanted to, but they're like, we're just nowhere around. And I was just like, son of a bitch. Plus it was a holiday weekend and I was just like,
It was a
and
holiday.
then
Which
all of a
holiday was
sudden,
that?
Memorial Day.
Oh, okay. So that was
Yeah,
May.
nowhere to go on Memorial Day, and you were really bumming and yada yada yada. And I don't want to go out by myself and all this shit. And then it shifted. It's like the following week, everything shifted for you. It's like at the week after, 2 weeks after, everything started to shift. And I was so excited because I'm like, she found her people. She's hanging out with people. She's doing stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on at work? They told me to ask you what's going on at work. Things are
There's a
better
lot
at
of
work.
stuff.
There's a lot going on at work right now.
There's
I
a
don't care about the
lot.
people there. I care about the opportunities that are opening up.
There's one girl who really she wants me to be on her team. She asked someone else to be on the team and then
Uh-huh.
immediately came to me and was like, your boss would chop my head off if I stole you.
Because,
But
and what
I
you said.
want you.
Okay,
And
so did
then,
you,
huh?
okay, keep going. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut.
Well, I had another guy which I don't want to work for him, but he also told me that he wanted my job on his team. And then this week they hired someone new to help with the work orders. So then this week my boss was just like, oh, I have Jenna back. And she's like just sending me everything and I'm getting overwhelmed. But we had our mid-year review
Uh-huh.
and I wasn't promoted and I didn't get a raise. And now these people are asking me, like, and all these people around me are getting promoted. Someone that was hired the same day as me got promoted to a specialist. And I'm like, we were hired on the same day. And I know I'm doing a good job. So on Wednesday, my boss comes back from traveling and I'm going to ask her.
Well, I already warned you about that, right?
You did. And I thought that the review would go a little bit differently, but it didn't. So
It's not that she wants to keep you. She doesn't want you to get promoted. That's why I said if you want to do something.
As a specialist? From coordinator to specialist? Should I just have a conversation to the other girl that wants me, who's been there for 12 years?
Listen, which job is going to get you to do what you want to do more of?
If we're talking construction plans, then where I'm at, becoming a specialist.
Okay.
But the other girl, I'd probably make more money. I'd be more stressed, but I'd probably make more money and I'd move up a lot faster.
Yeah, and then you can shift. You got to go with your instinct on this. The one lady you're with now, she's holding you back on purpose. So it's going to be very frustrating for you. Okay? Yeah. Because in the position you're in, before you become more of a specialist, she can throw all of that work on you because that's your job. Once you get moved up to specialist, what you have to do is going to shift. So she can't do what she's doing to you now.
Yeah.
Okay. She counts on you. It's like you do all the work and she gets all the praise kind of thing. Nobody else can do things the way you do. Now, being stressed out, that's no big deal because once you actually get called up, that's you live for that because then you're not bored. You know what I'm saying? You're like a little tiger lady. You become the tiger lady kind of thing when you do stuff. So I would have, the more money is good. But if you're, and honestly, I would really aggressively because they're making a lot of adjustments in your company. And I really do think that other office is opening. Something is happening with your company.
Yeah, I heard about it.
It is open. Yeah, it's so there's so much opportunity. So you need to make it well known what your ultimate goal is and put in what you need to. And you're going to need to talk to your boss and say, listen, I worked my ass off. You were so excited when I came back. So I honestly want to know, why did one person get promoted to specialist? What was it that I didn't do that I need to improve on to get me in that position? So we already know it's not you, that it's her. But
that was the thing with her is I knew I needed to approach it in a way that she makes the choice. That's how she is. She wants to be in control. I can't say this is what I want.
You have to say, well, this happened and I was just wondering. And then see how she responds. But she's going to keep you where she can get the most out of you as long as she can, because you're actually the one that I know, roll your eyes, but I already told you this. And I already told you they were opening up the other office to start doing what you're supposed to do. But the fact that everybody's trying to hire you, but your boss would cut my head off. Why in the world would you not get a raise and get promoted? But people want you and are worried about taking you because your boss would cut their head off, which would mean you're pretty friggin' valuable.
Yeah.
That says everything right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is I would prefer, it would be better for you to go with the other girl. There's something up with that guy's energy. That guy's energy, there's something up with his energy.
Who?
The other guy that wants you. The other guy that wants you.
Oh,
you said
yeah.
You don't want to work.
In trouble.
Yeah, you that would not, you would be miserable. Like you would so regret, you would be wishing you were doing the other job. This girl, you getting out from the other chick's thumb and giving you the freedom where you're going to be able to have the growth and be able to start choosing and be able to start communicating with more people in the long run is going to be better for you, because the other one, she's holding you back on purpose. So have the conversation when she gets back. We've already figured out, okay, just, I was just wondering, I thought I was doing really good, and I know I'm new. The other person was hired at the same time, and I really wanted to move up, in our department, but, what is it that I need to do that I might not be doing? You know what I'm saying? So then you're asking for her criticism, even though.
That is what I needed to know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because I
do
knew
it.
I, in some way, needed to make it up to her, and I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, and putting the
It's
power in
not
her hand,
politics.
asking politics. You have to see, that's the biggest thing. You have to learn how to play politics. And ever since your last job, you don't even like it. You got so pissed off at that other place that
That woman is
But
crazy.
there's so much opportunity. Like I said, keep an eye, because that other office opening, there's so much opportunity for growth and expansion that you really have to be aware. Otherwise, you're going to see all these people get promoted, all these people get in positions where you're like, why are they getting that? And I'm just stuck here.
Yeah. Should I
Yeah.
talk to Amanda too and just be more
Just,
open with
just,
her?
well, just be, say what you're looking to do. You're looking to move up in the company. You're looking to learn. You're looking for growth.
I mentioned that to her, but we were also at a restaurant and I didn't want to have that
I'm
that
exploring tell me a little bit more. You
yeah.
don't want to create office gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, because then that takes your power. Tell me a little bit more about the opportunity you have, because I know we're opening up an office and I know everything's expanding and everything, and I really want to grow with the company. What would my job with you look like?
Yeah, because I told her, I said, I really like construction plans. I like doing
Mm-hmm.
plans, but I want growth. And I just left it at that. I was like, but I also want to grow. Like telling her, if you see me stuck, I would but kind of low key about it. I didn't want to be
Mm-hmm. You have to be careful how you word it,
yeah.
because
So
she's already worried about your boss being pissed off the minute she takes you. So that kind of sucks, because it shows you your worth. But it's like, if you're not moving me up, so then that's when you have to take control, the power into your own hands and go after what it is you really want. And really look into drafting, please.
yeah, there's that course.
Do you know?
Drafting
Please take the drafting course. Blueprints, yes.
architecture.
Look into
'Cause
drafting.
the course was just more about reading them.
Well, you have to start there anyway. You can't start drawing them until you can read them.
Yeah.
But you really, you're going to, with the construction, you're going to really move more into pre-plans and development.
Yeah.
So if you get the opportunity to take the course in drafting, take that and then start learning how to draw them blueprints, because you're going to be happy there.
Yeah, I agree.
So and that came up, like I said, start looking. Remember I told you a couple of months ago, you get the opportunity,
I
take it.
found it and I told her about it. I found a course that's 10 minutes away from work.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, the review, she had only had good things to say and was like, I love that you're doing that. But then, yeah, it just didn't, there wasn't anything much after that.
Well, because that means I don't want to stay with you anymore. You may have to go around. You can't get through her. You may have to try to get there another way. Ask other people, say you're interested in the drafting course and everything. How did they go about doing things?
Yeah,
Kind
the
of thing.
doing it now was an interior design major. I don't know how I ended up in pre-development.
It's just that's more of designing. That's a weird thing for her to go from that to that.
Yeah, but the architects do the drawings and
Yeah.
she mends them to
Yeah.
code or whatever she has to do.
Yeah. So what you have to do with them. So if for them to come back when I'm talking to you again and say, really look into the drafting, you know what I'm saying? They keep repeating things with you.
Yes.
But,
September, I think.
Yeah, so no, give it a shove. Give it a shove. Stroke her ego a little bit, let her feel, and it's not being sneaky. It's like, you like your job, that's where you want to be, but you want to expand. You don't want to be somebody's go-to girl. You know what I'm saying? Where they go to you to do all those invoices and shit.
Yeah, I was the go-to girl. These two people on our team came in. They're remote and they were here, and we had meetings with them, with legal, with licensing, with
Mhm.
accounting, with every team. Oh, Jenna, like, you can do this. Oh, after every meeting, I was like the meeting girl that just did everything that was about the meeting. And I'm just
Mhm.
like,
The only people who get what they want are the ones that are aggressive and put it out there, and if somebody doesn't give it to them, they figure out a way to get it.
yeah,
Don't worry about hurting anybody's feelings. It's not personal. This is not personal. This is your life. You have to aggressively advocate for yourself. I can tell you all day long all these things. I mean, I've battered you down and then I had to sit there and yell at you and say, I'm going to do this if you don't do this. How many times have I done that with you?
yeah,
And then you did it. And it's the thing is the only one who can get where you want to be with this is you. And it's buffering. There you go. Did you hear me?
hmm
Did you hear?
I heard you.
It was buffered. You're the only one that to get the investment you want, but the ability for growth is in that company. Don't waiting for somebody else to give you permission to advance in the company and learn. Don't wait for them to put you up for it, because you're going to get stuck where you are and the thing that sucks is you'll get stuck there for a few years. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have this big shift in your company. They're going to open everything. And then guess what? Then there's going to be that new period where everything was new and shifted. And that goes through a 1 to 2 year process before they start sifting out people again.
Yeah,
Because fiscally, they can't start something and then just keep switching it. They have to make the investment in the people they're putting in those positions.
yeah,
So start advocating for yourself and really go after the drafting, because you would like it too. It's you have to be a certain type of person to do it, and it's having a lot of responsibility, but it's different than you were. Like, if you're not an architect, but drafting is right up your alley.
yeah, I agree.
Being able to grab a roll of blueprints and be able to be a project manager and go run a project. That's ultimately where that could get you if you chose.
Hmm.
But you have to have skills. So go look into the drafting, stroke her ego, and then put your feelers out. See
Okay.
what's happening in the new office, how far of it is away, who's going to be moved over there that's going to open up the spots in your office. So,
I think
okay.
it's in the same building,
Oh, good. Good.
but
That's a
just
good
like
thing.
across. It's a little bit
Yeah.
further.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So just give yourself, but I'm happy with everything else, and your trip to Barcelona will be fun, which will
And
be good.
I maintained myself very well at the company pool party on Thursday.
Very happy. I'm very, because we already know that you're that you're that low key party girl.
I know, right? So I was like, okay, I can
You
go
are the
back
one that,
and
if we
not
were
do it all.
out, I would have to say, Jenna, come here.
I mean, that happened to a couple people, but
But when I saw you that day, all of a sudden, it's like there was a lobster, a restaurant, a
that was the party.
lobster.
That was the
Was
company
that what
party.
that was? I had no idea. No, not that day. I didn't see anything about that. But then I had this vision, and there was like a restaurant kitchen and a lobster, and I saw this man. And I swear, that's why I texted you that day. Remember, I texted you. I saw him. If he's not there yet, he's coming. He's going to be like 30 years old. Like, I knew he was going to be 30. And then I'm like, okay, this is Jenna. I can't be too precise, because then she'll just focus on a 30-year-old. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give Jenna her age of 27 to 32. I think I gave you. I'm like, all right, but if you got to go to 35, like, I was like bargaining with you when I gave you the message. But honestly, it was like a 30-year-old who's coming. And I just saw them. Like, it's a 30-year-old male that's coming into your life. What the status or nature of this relationship is going to be, I'm not sure. It could be somebody that brings you in as far as work. It could be, but I saw in this 30-year-old is very important to you. So it's something that's pivotal in your life. So that's all they gave me that day. So that's all they're giving me right now.
Ugh.
But
I
that's
want to
okay
know if it's
because
Spain or someone I
I don't
know
think
that might be coming in August.
I think it's somebody that's state bound. Somebody that's state bound, United States, not necessarily Barcelona. Because there's no point with you. I mean, you can hook up with people in Barcelona, but it's not like they're going to whisk you away and move you to Spain and
Yeah.
then, and that's, but you can have a good time. But this person is coming. So that's why I told you that the minute I just gave you the message. But I think you have to make the adjustments that we just went over for you to be able to get there where you have the opportunity. Because you're moving forward now, so I can tell you these things because I know you won't stay stuck. You listen to me.
Yes.
You're my girl. You're my girl. You know that. You know you're my girl. You know you are. And it was funny. And I was like, okay. And you're like, I'm really drunk. I really can't process this right now.
That's at the pool party. I was like, what?
And that was a very grown-up thing you did. Just so you know, I contained myself at the office party.
I did.
I really behaved.
Yep.
So you're definitely not the one they talked about around the office cooler. You're not the one who talked about the office cooler. I do see that there's a gentleman at your job. He's very skinny, he doesn't really quite fit in. He's really off.
Who's that?
I don't know. They showed him to me. We have to figure out who that is. And I don't even know why they were showing me, but they said there was somebody else they were talking about. It wasn't you. And I think it was that one guy. He's got a little bit darker hair. He's kind of like pasty white with freckles on his chest. We have to figure out who he is.
And he's skinny?
Well, he's not fat.
Pasty.
Kind of a little bit goofy looking. You have to figure it out. I have to get him more in my head, but yeah. But he was the person that people were talking about, not you. You were good. They were picking on somebody else. There's somebody else they're picking on right now at your job.
Oh, like from acting a fool? Because I probably know who that is.
Yes, from acting a fool. Yes.
Well, then that was the guy that I went on the date with. But he's not goofy looking, no. And
He was the way he was acting. They were talking about him. He did something where he's the one because they showed me the person he was talking about. There was another person they were talking about. That wasn't you. So could be. Who knows? I don't know.
My coworker commented and she said I did. She said she kind of did because I did. She vouched for me
For what?
for maintaining my composure at the
Oh,
party.
is she on here? Is she on here right now?
She's on here.
Oh, how funny. You're not hiding me. Usually people have the accounts where they hide me, their alias accounts, but that's just because they don't want anybody else to know the business.
I don't care anymore.
And now you're like, I'm not hidden.
Cared.
No, you never did. I'm not like the dirty secret anymore with you.
You've never
And I
been
keep
my
dropping it.
secret.
I know.
Okay, but I really want to figure out who this is. Maybe I'll have to send
It's
you.
just, show me a picture. I'll let you know if that's the person that I saw. But you definitely weren't the one that anybody was picking on, and they showed me this guy, or they were talking about.
Well, I know they were talking about one person, but he's not the way you described him.
So you have dark hair?
No, he has like gray hair.
Send me his picture so I could see his face. I need to see his face. I need to see his bone structure. I need to see his bones. I see a black bathing suit too.
Maybe
He's not white. He's not real. He's not real like white, like not tannish.
no, he's tan, so I don't know.
I don't think that's him because the person was a little bit on the not so tan end. Can't believe you guys are out in the heat in Florida. Is it bad like it is in Jersey?
It was so hot. By like 4 o'clock, I felt like I was
Then
cooking. I was just like gonna die.
my kids, Logan's saying Aaron. My kids, you know, they're all. I have to see the picture. Somebody send me a picture, damn it, and I'll let you know because I can see the person in my head. So just so you know.
Oh, my comments
Um,
aren't working. I can't see.
Yeah,
Hold on.
she said Aaron, but it's like been like god awful. There, I still get the emergency weather alerts. Like, I think, what the hell is going on? I'm waiting like for the world to end for my kids in New Jersey on the shore, and it's been so hot. So they text me, and it's like 102 degrees. They're dying, even in the air conditioning. I'm like, you know, I'm in SoCal. It's blue. The sky is blue. We have that nice balmy breeze coming in off the ocean, and it's like 76 degrees.
Oh, I'm so jealous. It is so humid here, and you just feel
Yeah,
like
it's
you're
been so. It's been. We're amazed that it's like you guys got the heat. We're amazed because it's been so far such a cool summer. Like it's been cooler here. It's weird. So, but yeah. All right. So do you have your instructions down? Logan heard everything, so we already know she's going to remind you. Logan will remind you.
I'm gonna have to call her.
I'm going to give, and you could tell Logan. I'm going to let you know something. I'm going to say this one thing. I'm going to keep it in there. Um, the, and don't take this the wrong way. Think about how I'm saying this. Okay.
Logan's getting everything.
They said that you need to get your shit together and learn how to take risks. So it's
Take
not that you
risks
don't
in
have
what? In what? Like career? Like what?
not in career,
In like
private life.
she doesn't eat anything. She won't try anything. She won't even try
She's
sushi.
got to learn how to take risks. Sushi is life, and you can go through sushi if it's a really good sushi place. There's certain levels of sushi that
He eats
get you to the
California
good
rolls.
stuff. If I come to Florida, we're going to get sushi, Logan, just so you know, just because it'll be just so entertaining for me, but it's so good. Like my daughter used to get sushi with me all the time here, and she's not here. Like literally, we would get sushi. I think we'd have it ordered. Like we'd order it once a week, and we'd go out like every Tuesday for sushi. So my sushi buddy is gone. You know,
I would get sushi with
I know you would. You would get into trouble with me.
spend way
But you need to start taking risks, Logan. You need to start taking those chances. And you know what? Your buddy just gave you, and that was talking about your personal life. But sushi's a good place to start. You know, you'll find something you like and you'll be like, ooh, that was amazing. Now what else can I try? So that was your message. That was your little thing. So thank you for being a friend to my girl over here,
Yes.
you know,
Work bestie.
which is cool.
Get through my days.
That's part of I know you don't like to go on dates. That's why you're supposed to take risks. She's getting it. She's
I
getting
can't
it.
see
Look at
these
that.
comments. I'm so upset. They're not
She says,
leaving.
I don't like to go out on dates. You need to start taking
On
risks.
freaking Tinder. That's too risky.
Tinder's just stupid. You need a wingman all the time anyway.
Why don't we just go together?
Exactly. Go together. Be each other's wingman. You know what I'm
I think it's
saying?
less intimidating, like just two girls.
Of course, it's easier with two girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. See, now, hold on. Hold on. We're going to do this.
Are you
We haven't
gonna?
done this. We haven't done this in a while. Let's see if she's got a set of balls. Does Logan have a set of balls?
I don't know.
Does he have a pair? Or am I doing too much? No, look, she's got a pair. That was me taking a risk. Ooh, we haven't done Hollywood Squares in a while. Nice. All right, so I'm glad you understood what they meant. Because I'm glad you understood. Sushi is a good thing. Okay, I'm not telling you to go meet a guy at a bar. I'm really not. I'm not telling you to do that because sometimes if guys at bars, especially where you're at, they're there for a reason. especially but you're also in an age range, okay, where people don't get all that serious until a little bit later in life. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like you're 24. There's Lucy, Hollywood Squares. Look at that, Luce. And I'm not even going to introduce you to Lucy because there's certain things that come out of her mouth that you just may not be ready for.
She's ready.
Yeah. I'm ready for anything. I'm taking
This
risks.
this is just too much fun for me because he's going to tell you what to do about your booty. He will. She will. Won't you, Luce? This is not even fun.
Oh my
Lucy,
God.
Lucy, what do you do? What do you like to have done with the booty? Come
I
on, like
oh.
remember.
Okay, well, let me just fucking. Well, now. Hi, welcome. I like to get my ass ate sometimes. What?
But what do they do? What do they do? What's your
No. Eat the booty like groceries? Is
yes?
that what you're talking about? Oh.
So yes, this is the type of advice you will get from Lucy.
Hi, my name's Lucy. Eat ass.
Hi, I'm Logan.
I need to see who's joining because I don't know. This is a bottle of squirt.
I noticed a lot of my friends joined actually.
That's okay because this is important. When I was talking, and then proof is in the pudding. I don't have to say anything about me because Jenna can say her experience. Anybody that's worked with me, I don't have to say a word. Just start. Ask me what you need to know, and I'll tell you who to message, and you can message. And they love,
He
you
knows
know.
all that.
But your biggest problem is you don't take risks. You don't give yourself any opportunities. And like I told Jenna, I don't want you to go to a Miami club and think you're going to hook up with the man of your dreams. Half of them are on vacation. The other half, they don't like girls. Okay.
Preach.
You might get one to play with you because your personality is fantastic, but it's not going to be a forever kind of thing. Or they're the people that really aren't interested in being in a relationship. So I said, Jenna, shoot higher. That's why we go to the yacht, the places where all the boats are, and we turn around and we get into, go to those little country club things, start going to charity events. You get to get dressed up. There's so much. You're in Southern Florida. You can go from West Palm Beach all the way to the Keys. And the Keys, that's more laid back. But you know what I'm saying? You have to start giving yourself the opportunity, and this is going to be an interesting. They said you need to learn to when you go out to start putting on a pair of heels.
Logan? You're talking to Logan, right?
Logan wearing heels?
He doesn't wear heels.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said Logan. That's why I said Logan. This is who I'm talking about. We already did you, Jenna. This isn't about you anymore. I'm just excited. Lucy was on the live and I could grab Lucy on, because Lucy's like my Robin. I'm definitely the main superhero, but you are the sidekick, Luce, all day long.
Well, it's because I'm laying here. I look like an egg. I definitely.
And the thing is we haven't seen Luce in drag in so long.
I've never
So
I know, but look, the eyebrows are gone because I was just in drag. What is it like?
there's no nails anymore, nothing.
I know. There was a depressive moment, and then I just didn't get my nails done again, and now it's just like I'm like working. I'm a professional now.
I know theater.
I
Lucy got the job at the theater.
I did. I email people now. So what are you doing?
I was just waiting for you to come back to me.
You message? You iMessage? Oh, I email. Oh, I email.
So they said specifically you got to learn how to wear heels again. You got to put a pair of damn heels on.
Jenna, are they telling us to go to the island?
Yeah.
Palm Beach Island?
You can go to Palm Beach Island. I don't care where you go, but get dressed up and put a damn pair of heels on. Get a little bit out of your comfort zone. You're not somebody who needs a lot of makeup on your face at all, and don't be afraid to open up your mouth and have a conversation because you're also one of those people when you get nervous, you have a hard time holding a conversation.
Really?
So, when you really like somebody.
The surfer guy at Tin Roof.
But
What?
Remember the surfer guy at Tin Roof?
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about.
yeah. So, and the great thing is Jenna has no problem opening her mouth. So you're good for Jenna because you can tell Jenna it's time to be quiet now.
I got
So
that.
this is a good, but you have to start getting out, taking chances, going to places you normally don't go and actually talking to people. You're not going to get, I mean, you could. People have actually, I've known a couple of people that have had amazing relationships off Tinder. But that's not the main goal of that site.
No, Tinder is for fucking.
Listen, my one son, and I didn't raise him this way. I love my oldest son, and he's one of those people that was like in an 8-year relationship, all this stuff. He's going to be 30 this year. So it tells you that I'm in an 8-year relationship. Hello. But he's a professional actor. So him and his girlfriend, after a long time, a few years back, not now, because now he's with this, I absolutely adore her. But, he was in between, was getting ready to do a tour because he was in the national tour of Friends. He was Joey Tribbiani. And he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Well, Parker's dropping me off in Newark. I'm going to this bar. I'm like, why? Because I'm meeting a girl. I'm like, what do you mean you're meeting? Well, I have to be dropped off. He'll pick me up later. I'm like, what do you mean? It's Tinder. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean Tinder? And he goes, listen, I have no time for a relationship. I'm not looking to wine and dine a girl, not looking to get involved. I'm going to be gone in 3 months anyway, and there's just too many complications, just getting out in 8 years. But I'm a full-grown male, and I want to have sex. I'm like, and so I had no idea what Tinder was. He goes, yeah, Tinder, you hook up. This is what you want. You go, you get it in, and you come home. And I was like, oh, Dominic, I raised you better than that. Like, this is the old Italian mom from Jersey, And he goes, yeah, that's what it's for. So my one son, he was like 20 at the time, was dropping him off on his dates. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're a Tinder baby now.
Is it called
No.
Is it called a date if you're just gonna bang it out?
I don't know. What's the terminology? Because I just call you all guys Tinder babies.
The booty call.
Booty call, yeah.
No, a booty call is different. A booty call is somebody that you've hooked up with before, but it didn't turn into a relationship. But there's one of the friends with benefits that just give you a call at 12 o'clock at night because they want to come and hit it and quit it. I think it's a hit it and quit it. It's not a booty call. I think booty
like
call is more attachment. A fuck up?
A hookup.
I usually just call my friends and say I got fucked it.
Yeah, I think a fuck up is a better personality. Today it's not a date, it's a fuck up. What does that mean? Well, and that's not even your nature. That's not even your nature. So you know what I'm saying? You have somebody else that has been waiting for her partner in crime since she moved to Florida. And she's up for anything. There's nothing that Jenna won't do. And it's not that you're desperate, Jenna. It's you just moved here and didn't know anybody. You guys are a very good balance for each other. So they specifically said, start taking risks. You needed to start going out. But I was going to try not to be so insulting because I didn't know you. And they said, put on a damn pair of heels.
Just be insulting no matter
Well, she
what.
goes
you know
out,
what I'm
but she
saying?
goes out in like a big group of people, and I feel like that'd be intimidating to meet other people because.
No, I got two right here. I got the blonde and the brunette.
But when
So the guys who like blondes will go after you. The ones that like brunettes, so you're not going to be in competition.
Yeah.
It'll work out just fine. And then you get to come back on here and tell us stories.
And tell us about how you got your ass ate.
Like groceries. You can eat like a thing of groceries.
I'm also enjoying the sun, the last little bit of sun before it goes down, and smoking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
this could get weird fast.
Nice.
We'll try to
Get
get
out there. There's Mike. Mike will tell you get out there. Mike says to get out here. You will find you will have a fan club here too.
I'll put on some heels. I still won't be as tall as Jenna, but I'll put some on. We'll go out to a nice place.
It's going to change how you walk too. There's a different walk when you put on heels.
It makes
I
it
like
harder
the
to run
idea of,
away.
I like the idea of like dressing up, like put a gown on for no fucking reason.
That's a little bit too much.
No,
I'm a fan. Real Will Foudy is a fan.
Have your whole fucking quinceañera just at the bar.
That's my friend. He's on the live.
I wish I could see these comments. I'm so upset.
I can't believe you can't see them either. And I hate that we can't save them. Like when we save the lives, it doesn't save the comments. So do you have any other questions? What's your first name again? I'm sorry.
Logan.
Logan. You won't, and Mike says you won't meet anyone sitting on your couch. No, she hides in the group. She hides in the crowd.
Yeah.
She
Well,
hides.
yeah, my couch is comfy. I don't know about your couch. I'm just kidding.
I just get so comfortable being around my friends that like I feel like I don't need anyone else when I'm out with them. So I don't really go up to people because I'm having a good time with them and by myself.
Plus, the people you really like, you can't hold a conversation with. Blah, 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 blah. You're talking in your brain and it's not coming out your mouth the right way. So,
She always says I'm bad with words, but I never believed her.
Oh shit, live.
I am.
that's okay though. But it's just because and I have to tell you this, like, it's really interesting that you and I'm going to say you and Jenna found each other because you feel weirdly comfortable around Jenna in a way that doesn't make sense. And you're actually she's very grounding energy for you, which is nice too. So it's somebody who it's not even going to hold you accountable, but it'll help you feel balanced when you need the balance, which is important. So this is like a really good friendship that you guys found each other.
Aw.
Not that real Will Foudy isn't, but it's a different kind of thing. It's a
Ignore
different
him.
kind of
Real Will
thing,
Foudy.
just so you know. It's a different kind of thing. But, you're good for each other. And they'll be, and you're going to come out your shell a little bit. It's going to be, I'm giving you a homework assignment of going and eating real sushi.
Okay,
But
I'll
listen,
try.
take her to a place that's really good,
Like
that has
the
good
raw stuff?
sushi.
Yeah, I
No,
don't like
she's not
raw
ready for
fish.
sashimi. She doesn't need sashimi. No. There's different sushis that are really, really amazing.
A really good intro one is if they have it over there. I don't know what it's like. I'm from the West Coast and I've been here my whole life. But we have this thing called a caterpillar roll, and
Which is?
it's made with it's got a bunch of avocado and it's made with eel, but the eel is cooked, so it's like less creepy, so it won't be raw.
I like
See,
raw.
now, you like to, no, you can't give her raw yet. She's not ready for raw. And she would be good with the tuna. She would be good with the yellow tuna, and the other one, and mix it with the mango. They have the one with the mango in it. They have the sushi that has the mango in it.
Yeah.
See what I can.
I think you have to.
And just so everybody knows, the West Coast can't do sushi that I found yet like the East Coast does.
I mean,
Like, I had the most amazing sushi, but then there's really, there's not really good fish places around here either. On the West Coast and the East Coast, you could find
No.
amazing fish places. West
It's
Coast, you
different.
can't find them anywhere.
I feel like the fish is different. Like in the West Coast, we're like grilling and like.
We grill on the East Coast. Don't get it twisted.
I know,
We
but like
absolutely
that's
do.
like the fish is gonna be grilled. Like I wouldn't eat any like fish raw on the West Coast. I don't feel.
I just think the West Coast is a
San
little bit
Pedro Fish
behind the
Market.
East Coast because, they wait to see what we set the trends for, and then they just kind of catch up later.
I am not
But that's
talking
it.
down to the East Coast.
Oh, I'm just saying, nothing's like New Jersey.
I believe it.
And New York,
yeah.
nothing's like that. Nothing's like Jersey or New York.
Oh,
But then,
I am not denying that. I'm sure that it's way better over there.
But I love my California
Are we
peeps.
fighting right
There's
now?
a different vibe. There's a different vibe. You're not even relevant to fight because you're from Washington. It's not even relevant.
We're not fighting. I was just kidding.
You just go to that place where you could still, Washington's still that place where you could go and get lost and nobody will know where you are. That's where Florida. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's there's 6 serial killers that were in this area, in the woods, just doing shady things for sure.
Jesus.
I can't. All right. So just like I said, go shopping, get a really cool pair of heels, get an outfit to go with it if you don't already have it. The slanty skirts are good for you, is what I'm seeing you in. The ones that kind of slant down a little bit to the side.
Ooh, the short ones.
No. Well, it slants down, so you have a shorter part.
Yeah.
What is it? They're are those asymmetrical skirts, Jenna? What are they?
Yeah.
I don't even.
Those are hot, is what they are. Just kidding.
I think I just go out, find a charity event to go to or something like that. You guys can go work a golf event. Go work a golf event.
I saw that
Go
on
charity.
TikTok. She makes like $20 just giving out Diet Coke.
Yeah, do a charity event with all the golfers. Get creative. Do something fun, and you're doing it for charity.
Not the Diet Coke.
She's like,
Okay.
they're like, keep the change, and she makes like $500 off like Cokes and
Jesus.
Yeah.
You
Do you
gotta
think
just
there's a
know where to
market for?
go.
You think there's a market for a drag queen to do that? Because
That would be, you know what? Nowadays, I
definitely
think
is.
there is. Like, I still,
like
you know, I'm
like
still
at a
heartbroken.
queer friendly golf club, just be like, "Hi, I'll be your putter today." I don't know.
I think that would be a great. Don't even get me going on what I could do with that because I'll
I'm
come up
mad
with a
I said it
brilliant
on
idea and you
live.
won't do it, and you won't do it.
I'm mad I said it on live because that's a great idea for me not to do. Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
To hang on to it and just never do it.
Listen, Lucy was supposed to and never followed through because Lucy has a hard time. Look, Mike goes putter, ha ha ha. He's like, I got the joke. I got the joke.
I'm the
You
only
got the
putter.
joke. Is an amazing chef and is a drag queen. And there's this unrealized thing that I think we've moved out of that time, by the way. I think the window is has closed upon that, where she was supposed to do a cooking show as a drag queen, as drag, do a cooking show.
There's definitely a market for that.
Absolutely, 100%. And she's amazingly funny and she can sing, which I'm still waiting for that too. But she's working in a theater now.
When's that gonna come in?
I don't know. But, and where's the baby? Look how big that baby got. Look at all that hair. Oh my God.
Say hi.
Oh my
Look,
God!
Lucy, I was your one and only Patreon. Look how beautiful she is. Hi, and she even waves. Look at you. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's like she's like the sun and your son's like the moon. They're so completely different. Oh my God. She's such a happy girl. Good job, Mama. I know. I know. Look how big she got. And she's tall too. She's tall, isn't she?
I think she's tall.
She is, because I'm looking at the chub. I see the chub on her arms. I'm like, she's chub, but she's got such long limbs that she's taller than she is with the chub. Because I see the little bit of chub on her, but I'm like, she's long. All right, cool. Thank you for showing me the baby.
Yes. I think
All right,
I'm
Lucy,
also gonna get it with a lot.
Can we do something real quick for Logan?
What?
Like,
I'm gonna go.
all right.
It was
I
nice.
Is
I
that
love
okay?
you.
Or
We
do you
have
need
to.
me? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, well, I always need you. I'm just happy I got you for the time I got you for. So, you know.
Okay. Yes. I appreciate my every
We're
moment.
we're gonna have to do this again. It's been a while.
Yes.
You know, this is
She's a little busy now.
well, we're just gonna have to figure it out.
Emailing.
Okay. Email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll email you. We'll email you.
Hit
There
me
you
up
go.
on
Okay.
my AOL IM.
All right. Thanks, Al.
I'm gonna call you on dial up next time.
We're gonna see how that works. There
Yeah,
you
let me know
go.
when you get it.
Hey, listen, I
Okay.
have T-Mobile now.
Bye.
That's
Good
probably
luck
the
over
only
the
way you'll get
night.
me.
Logan, wear some heels.
Thanks. I'll
Good
try.
luck, the two of you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. In fact, you guys should do a live. You guys should do like a live going shopping. That would be great. That would be funny as hell.
I think our followers would love it.
I think it'd be great.
So I wanted to see if Logan could like do like maybe like how many lives she's lived or
We could do that. I haven't done that in a bit.
Oh,
just
fun.
like a quick little cool little fun little psychic thing.
Hold on. No way. I'm going to give you something because it came off. It came through. Who keeps peeking in?
My mom.
Hi, Ma.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
She's like, who is this insane person? Who is this insane person? You're going to get later. I told you. But your mom's always worried somebody's going to kidnap you. Is she really?
Are you really?
Is she really? You're really worried about somebody kidnapping her and being in like that movie and Taken. Oh my God.
I could see it.
Jenny, this is where you're supposed to say, don't worry, Mom, I know Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
Which you don't, but you know. That's so funny. She's not going to get kidnapped. She's going to be fine.
All good.
Don't worry. Don't worry. She'll be good. I promise you that. And we'll give her a set of rules to protect herself when she goes out. Okay. The funniest thing is do you have a weird obsession like with the time of like Queen Elizabeth, like back like the first Elizabeth, that Anne Boleyn time? Because, or not even a weird obsession, because when she connected to a past life, I'm thinking, okay, I wasn't even going to consider it. Wasn't even going to consider a past life. And it kind of carried through in this lifetime because you're always the support system. You've always been like a lady in waiting. So what I got from you during the time of I think it, because I got like Anne Boleyn, Queen Elizabeth, you know, those that time frame, that you were one of the ladies in waiting for the Queen.
Oh.
So if we're talking past life, and I don't like doing necessarily, hello, Colored by Kara, how are, I was thinking about you the other day too, by the way, which was interesting. You're on today. So that's what I get. And I usually don't like telling anybody about a past life because that's like putting a seed in your brain. And I don't want that. I want you to be able to go through your past lives and have what's meant to come up. But you know, I can give that to you because they did show it. But that's, I think, a lot with why why you're good in a group now and you feel more comfortable, why you don't necessarily put on the pair of heels and put so much effort. Why you're always for some, and see, this isn't, we're getting personal. Why at times where you don't need to, where you always think you're second best. Like you don't even expect to be the best one. You're always thinking you're second best, which is ridiculous. It's not true because you actually have a very charismatic personality. And I wouldn't say you're so much funny, but you're very entertaining. You know how to entertain. Okay. And you can keep conversations going when there's a need for it. So you do very good in groups. You're also very good at directing people. You know, that's your temperament. And it's because I think it comes back from that lifetime where you were the lady in waiting. You were one of the women that was always there prepping the Queen, taking care of the Queen, was part of that line of girls and women that were trained that certain way. But never quite got to the Queen part, which is okay because most of them didn't. You still were in a place of importance with what you did. I found her through Ghosted too. Oh, look, people are talking about me. Very cool. How much fun. So that's, I'm not even going to go on that. So it's where you are now, having a little bit more faith and putting a little bit more value. You're not a Tinder baby. You're worth more than Tinder. That ain't worth a pint of piss. Half of the dates are very disappointing for you anyway. Can we get personal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we do it? Since when's the last time you really had good sex? Sorry, Mom.
Oh, girl.
Like, we're talking like a long time ago. And it's because nobody's interested in putting any effort into it.
Yeah, they suck.
So what's the whole point? It's like I always tell people, I don't get dirty for any reason. Like, if I'm going to get dirty, I'm getting dirty. You know, so you're not even feeling that passion that somebody your age should be feeling. Not that I want to get in trouble because your mom is there, but your mom knows. Your mom understands.
She knows.
She totally understands. But, you know, I have to show the respect because your mom is there. So these relationships, you're not getting into relationships and you're not even having these amazing experiences. I would much rather you go somewhere, have an amazing time, get dressed up in a pair of heels, meet somebody that you just have this amazing connection to. And if it ends up being like a Tinder result, it's a Tinder result, but there was something more to it. There was more substance and value. You're worth so much more than that. And it's not you. It's not you why you don't have those fulfilling experiences. It's because of the type of forum that is.
That makes
Nobody, you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference in meeting somebody and being hungry for them. You understand, feeling their energy and getting that hunger and getting lost in it, than there is just to go on Tinder. Oh, you look cute. You know, really send me a picture so I can make sure that you're higher than like 5'3". You know, taller than 5'3". And how many of those have you ended up with too? That's even better. How many of those? Which is interesting because they're like, ask her how many of those she's been with.
Well, I've only had like 2 like Tinder hookups, and both of them are god awful.
Yeah. And
Um,
'cause it's not you, it's not your nature. That's not even the form for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not your nature. It's not what you're looking for. So stop putting yourself in that position. Now you have a wingman. You guys balance each other, gave you ideas, charity events, working the things where you sell beer and soda, making $500 to the people that are playing golf. I mean, there's all these fun things. You're both cute. I got a blonde, I got a brunette. You're not going to be in competition with each other. Maybe a couple people you might be, but it won't be serious. You guys will have that. I call this person. You know what I'm saying? Go try new things. Don't be afraid to. You know what I'm saying? And in a group environment, you're not going to have necessarily people because they'll think you're just having a party. They won't know who's you and her go out on your own. You're going to get better off. So the past life, so that's why you're in that whole mindset you're in now, that whole waiting and waiting thing. So I think that's why they showed me that particular lifetime for you. And it's really cool because I haven't had anybody that was connected to like Anne Boleyn and Elizabeth in a really long time, which is pretty cool. So, all right. So everybody tap into energy. Let's see if you can do it, Jenna. There's Maya. You said there she is. I just talked about you earlier, Mama. Okay. How many lifetimes do you guys think Logan has had? And I will tell you, you were miscarried twice, just so you know. So I count those as a lifetime, but it's not, you didn't live the life, but you still existed. You understand what I'm saying? So you did. So that usually a miscarriage I count as half a life, but you went through 2 of those. You suffered, you were miscarried twice. Let's just put it that way. Nico says 28. Nico says she thinks you're old. Look at that. Nico jumped right in on that.
I'm an old soul.
I don't think she's older than me.
How many lifetimes were you?
16.
We got a 17. That's your buddy, Will.
Oh my god.
Hawkeye says 7. Hawk Moon. We got a 13.
I would have no idea.
15.
How old how many lifetimes does your mom think you've been here?
She said 15.
My mom says 15. Anybody else? What about you, Jenna? Are you even going to call it?
No, because I don't know. I'm usually wrong when I do these things, so.
I know how many times your mom's been here.
Mine?
Yeah.
How many?
You feel tired, don't you, Ma?
Yes. So tired.
She said
And
yes.
she's to the point now where she's just like, I already done all this shit. We need to breathe a little bit new fresh air into Mama a little bit. We're going to do your mom first because it's a big number.
Oh.
And this will be fun. You've been here I can't even say it. I have to count. I have to do it the way I normally do. Don't just say it. I just like connect with your mom. What's your name?
English.
That is so cool.
Well, thank you.
Now you have to have a grandbaby. When you have a daughter, you're gonna have to name her London. English Logan in London. There you go. Okay. How many lifetimes has English been here? 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I have to call it. Real Will, you're close. 45. You're old, lady. In lifetimes. Will said 43. You were pretty close. I had to say it because I usually tell you guys before I actually do the pendulum. Just because it's fun for me. How many lifetime? All right, show us what you do when you say yes.
What?
Stop. Show us what you do when you say no. Stop. Show us what you do when you're thinking or you're counting. Goes in a circle. Now, when we do lifetimes, what happens is it'll circle, and then when it stops, it'll go to the back and forth position because sometimes it can't stop the momentum, so it'll just switch straight across. And this energy in this today seems to be excited that we're playing. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and then it goes back and forth. It's why you're so tired and over it. But the problem is you're not done yet. And you have to realize that.
Yeah.
You still got a couple more to go.
Wow. Couple more lives. Yeah.
You haven't come back together with your twin yet, so you can't go home yet.
Twin.
You've had a couple soulmates, but not your twin.
Twin flame.
It's a whole nother thing. All right, so 45. That's why you feel the way. But you're not done yet, so just accept that truth and keep going. Don't feel bad. I don't get to go. I'm stuck here till the end. I've been here from the beginning. I'm stuck here till the end. Nothing I can do about it, so I just deal. But just think, I talk to dead people, so I have a whole lot of friends from a whole lot of lifetimes.
Oh, wow.
So, all right. So, Logan. All right. So, technically, you would have been here 17 times. There was 2 miscarriages. So, you've lived 15 lifetimes.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh,
But, and I think that's why there's that weird connection. Your past couple of lifetimes, you've refused to learn the lessons you needed to learn. You refused to follow through. So that's why you got to stop putting your head in the sand too. So you got to stop putting your head in the sand. Does all this make sense to you, or is this just funny and I'm a crazy lady to you?
I think I could put myself out there more, but I feel like I don't shy away from anything really, except for the dating thing and stuff like that. But
The dating thing is huge, and you don't shy away. You just make sure to put yourself into situations that are very specific, so you don't have to deal with it or be confronted by it. You know how to move and evade things, which is huge. So that's why you truly have to. And it's really frustrating. Your last lifetime, which they're telling me so I can tell you the past 2. Your last lifetime, it wasn't your fault. You actually died very young. You died when you were 15. Okay? So that lifetime you didn't learn, you didn't at all. The lifetime before that, your problem is the person that you were meant to be with left and said they were coming back for you, and you waited. And they didn't come back. So that you understand what I'm saying. So you would know if that resonates with you, and it has to if I see that smile on your face, that grin when you're like, fuck. Because it starts making sense to you why you respond certain ways for things. And that's why you can't. And then they showed me, that lifetime where you were actually, in the court, and you were in service to the queen, and you were raised for that life kind of thing. Why you've never given yourself up the opportunity or tried new things. Because in that lifetime, you were told what you were allowed to do. You were trained and you couldn't deter. You weren't even allowed to have an opinion on something that was spoken publicly. Privately, you could have the conversations, but publicly you couldn't. So in this lifetime, especially with what it is, now the good thing is people in your age group right now, they wait longer to really get into serious relationships. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with you is you have to put yourself in the position where you have the opportunity, and you need to put yourself in the position where you allow yourself. And I'm not going to use the word passion, because it's not like some people say you need to be passionate. It's to be able to feel that energy, that excitement. You know what I'm saying? That feeling, which you haven't had in a really long time. In fact, when I even tap into that for you, you experienced it when you were 17 years old.
God, that was so long ago. I could see something.
Yeah, when you look where you really, and it's just, but things also affect you and certain things turn out certain ways. So they really affect you. Um, and for you, you use them as cautionary tales. If I do this, you understand that's how you evade, but you have to remove those blockages so that you have the opportunity. Because like I said earlier, it's all going to work out one way or another. That we can be guaranteed. It can be guaranteed. So don't worry about it. Either way, it'll be fine. It's just what direction you end up when you're done. So give it a shot. All right, so I'm saying 15. I is saying 15. All right. How many lifetimes has Logan been here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then it goes back and forth. 15.
How many were you, Jenna?
16.
Dang.
That's pretty close. Yeah, but you had 2 miscarriages. You were a victim of 2 miscarriages. Do you not wear heels because sometimes you feel a little off balance and clumsy?
Yes, there is like a feeling like I'm gonna make a fool of myself.
Like wobbly, like not sure
I can
when you're
see
stepping?
that.
Well,
What?
do you want to know where that comes from?
What?
And this might work. All right. Do you want to know what you had polio in your last lifetime?
What the fuck?
Polio. Oh no.
Yeah. No, it had already happened. So what does it matter? I mean, we all suffer from different things.
What? Is that why she
Right
died
now,
15 from polio?
mhm. She got it when she was younger, and it just progressed to where she lived till she was 15. You know what I'm saying? But you got 15 years. There's babies that get cancer and we're doing chemo at 1 and 2 years old and die at 3. Every lifetime is different to different things. So when we start putting together the puzzle, now you in your head knowing when you put those heels off, this has nothing to do with when I was in my past lifetime. I didn't have polio in this lifetime. I was vaccinated for it. I'm cool. I didn't get it. You know, understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put on the heels and then just get comfortable in them. You know what I'm saying? And there's just you know how to walk in heels. You have to learn how to walk on your toes, basically, and engage those muscles. That's all it is, Otherwise, because they're not flip-flops. The whole lady in waiting thing, why you're good in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And then it's interesting because you waited 72 years in the one lifetime for the person to come back.
Where did this person
You know? They actually died.
and she didn't know?
It was we're going back in time, and they actually were somebody that worked the boats. And not like common day boats. So there were people that they go off, they're gone away for months, like on a boat, fishing and all that other stuff, and the boat never came back. But she was always waiting. She always held out that the person was there. So there's your hopeless romantic thing.
She is a hopeless romantic. So am I. It's okay.
That's why you live your life. That's why you live your life sometimes through those specific novels.
I was gonna say.
Mom, she's reading me like a book.
That's why. But now when you put into the thing these feelings you have, now you have those points. Okay, this has nothing to do with this lifetime. This is the shit I just carried over from my last lifetimes. I'm going to acknowledge it, accept it, and learn from it. Our past lives are supposed to learn from.
Specific.
Okay? You'll be good. You got a wingman now, and she needs to get out more. And she's learned how to behave. She didn't lose control of herself. That was huge. That was big.
Okay.
So when she first moved there, she was so scared to go to Vegas.
It was.
We were all scared to go to Vegas.
Well, she was scared because it was a new thing, and she's like, "These people don't know me. I'm going to do something that I'm going to regret."
That's where we became really good friends. That's where we like bonded with Vegas.
I'm like, "Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good." you know.
We gotta
But you
figure
guys
out
would
the
be fun.
goofy guy with dark hair and freckles and pale skin.
Just send me the pictures from the party. Send me some pictures from the party so I get to look and I'll point them out.
It reminds me of Sean.
Sean, he's ginger.
Yeah, but it's kind of dark. But
Yeah,
then
but there's two types of ginger. There's the Auburn ginger that's got the depth to it.
No, it's red.
Oh, he's a redhead.
I was thinking of freckles on the chest.
Just send me the picture. I'll see if I'll know the person when I see them.
Are we
Okay.
close to this person? Like friends with this person?
You guys work with them,
Oh, fuck, there's a lot of people.
dude. You work with them. They're
I want
goofy.
a pool party.
Oh,
They're
Aaron's
goofy. They're goofy. And they're aloof. Because they're there and people are talking about them, but they're kind of very aloof with people at work. Like, it's not like they really bond with anybody.
Are they our age? What age?
In that age range, I would say anywhere from 25 to 32. But they really don't have friends at work.
I feel like it's
They really don't have friends at work because when I saw them at the party, they're standing and it's like people are looking at them because you weren't the one that was talked about. They're the person that's more talked about kind of thing. But they didn't have anybody that was standing around them. So there was people around them like sitting, but nobody was like engaged with them. Which would show somebody that was at work but really didn't have like friends at work and didn't, they kind of just, and I don't think it's their fault. I think there's somebody that's more spectrum autistic. They're more spectrum with something where their personality is a little bit different than everybody else's. So I'm only using autism because my son's autistic and I know how he is. So as far as like socially, like having a lot of friends and things like that, doesn't mean he acts weird or anything. It's just a little bit different. So I think they're just one of those people that they just don't work, they're not group people.
Does he have glasses?
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't think he would jump in the pool with glasses on. Send me pictures. Just send me pictures.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, but that'll be easier for her because honestly, I have no idea who could it possibly be.
Send me pictures because I may come across the picture that has the person standing there with the people sitting around them. You understand what I'm saying?
We didn't notice this person standing there awkwardly.
We're always the main characters.
Oh, I was about to say, Jenna, would you ever notice anybody? Because it's all about you. Come on, Jenna.
Oh, you're right.
Unless they make you feel some kind of way, or they specifically come up and say hi, because you're not going to be neat to people, but you're not going to be looking at somebody like that because they're not your type. Not that there's anything wrong with you. It's just not somebody who gets you going. And your tendency is not to make fun of people.
That's true.
It's not your tendency. So you're not looking for people to talk about. That's not who you are. Doesn't mean you won't if something happens, but you're not looking for it. And that's because the majority of the time you went through it where people didn't understand you at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm just glad people at work are talking about that person, not me. And Jenny, you should be proud of that too.
Jenna would be more likely to have that happen. Remember, you work well with the group. You're safe in the group. You know where to go. So you only would stick out like that if you chose to. You prefer not to.
I'll send you pictures. This is like rattling my brain.
I think it could be braided, but I don't know.
First time you got drunk was when you were 15?
Oh.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was...
What happened when you were 15? You had something very embarrassing happen to you around 15 years old, but I think it's more 15.
What grade is that? Is that freshman year?
That's the first time I got drunk.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's the first time my mom got drunk.
I could be crossing the two of you because I got your mom's lifetimes and not yours, but you had something happened to you when you were 15, and that's when you started. I'd have to say it's around more 15 towards 16, not 14, 15. something that caused you to step back a little bit more as well? You had something very embarrassing happen to you. What?
Yeah, me and my mom were thinking of the same thing.
What?
Um, I was I was in a wrestling room by myself, going to open the door for my gym class to come in. I had to go through the weight room. This guy followed me in there, and we were just friends and everything. I didn't know he was behind me, but he turned around and just like kissed me right on the mouth, like, and that was like really like my like first kiss,
Okay.
and it was like whatsoever, and it made me very upset. And that's like the only main, like, that was a huge thing that happened when I was around that
That
age. But
changed
like,
a lot. That really, I think that's part of the reason why you go in groups. Because it was something that embarrassed you that you didn't feel comfortable with. If you're in groups, you're not in the position where somebody can do that to you necessarily, that they would. So they're showing me things that, affected you. Because you also had a feeling of you were also embarrassed after it happened as well. Like there was a lot of embarrassment because they're saying she was really, really embarrassed.
yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, we did a lot. Welcome to the family. Nice to meet you. Glad we got
Yeah.
to talk about all those things.
It
Can't
said
wait to hear
Jenna was
them.
live. I said click.
Be very careful. And you were being way too interactive for me to not call you out on the carpet. You were being way too interactive.
It's okay. I loved it. I loved hearing it. I missed a lot of Jenna's though, but she'll fill me in.
Yeah, plus I do save them
You
and you
know,
can
it's
kind
about
of
work.
fast forward. Yeah, I do save them so people can go, like if when I do a reading for them and Aisa says welcome, when I do readings for them, they don't get everything and I save them and publish them so you actually can fast forward and go back. You know what I'm saying? So, it's saved there for you. Of course, it's saved for everybody else to see, but hey, it's okay.
I
You
don't
were
mind.
very brave, though. You were very brave. You had a set of balls. You came on live. I said, can I get real personal with you? We talked about sex and lack of exciting sex. We did all of these great things.
Your special novels.
Your special novels, yes. So
Yeah.
now we're going to actually allow these things to start happening real time because you've read enough about it. You know how it goes. I mean, evidently there's certain things that you get really excited. Wow, damn, I wish that could happen to me. So you can, but you have to be out there without 20 people surrounding you to allow it to happen. Okay?
It's on my to-do list. Jenna,
So,
we have to do it. We have to keep each other accountable.
yep, there's got to be sushi though. You need to do sushi. You need to get heels and get dressed up. We need to do sushi.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
tons of golf clubs. There's tons of golf clubs and charity events in southern Florida, please,
I'm
that
gonna
you guys
Google
can
them
go
right now.
to. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up
Sure.
nearest charity event near me.
Yeah. So you'll be good to go. All right, cool. And not with pets. Not with
No.
pets. Something a little bit more, if it has to do with dogs, your first charity event you come through, no.
Okay.
I need you to look higher. I need a golfing event.
Okay.
I need a golfing event. We need a golfing charity event, okay?
Jenna,
This is
start
the
Googling.
charity is great, but it's purpose. We're double. We want to get benefits on both sides.
Okay.
Poodles in South Florida. Poodles in South Florida aren't going to help you. So,
True.
and a lot of the hospitals have events too. A lot of the hospitals have, yes, they have charitable events too. So,
Look into it for sure.
all right, cool beans. All right.
Well,
I love
great.
you
Thank
now
you
too.
so
You're
much. It was so
connected.
nice to meet
You're
you.
welcome. You too, and thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, click out. Keep me posted.
Love you. All right.
Love you too,
Bye.
honey. All right, bye. You got to X out.
Oh, I got it. Bye.
Bye. Ooh, that was so fun. We haven't done that in a while. I like when we grab because the energy gets so good. Okay, so what time is it? It's 8:34. I have to get ready for a session, my late night sessions that I have in about a half hour. So I have to prepare for that. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your energy and let me have a peek into some of you guys and for being part of it. I really appreciate you guys and wanted to thank you. And I'm glad. Made you feel really good, didn't it, Nico? It's just the energy when you guys get going, and it's just such a blessing to be a part of you and to be able to work with you and to have some of you be so fearless. And, to some of the people that I haven't seen in a while on here, like I haven't seen you in a bit, Heather, Miss Fierce, I know you've been going through a lot, but, you're going to be okay. And it's not just me saying that. It's just some things, some things take a little bit longer than others. But yeah, Nico, I already know you're going to be fine. You just have to realize it. You're my Eeyore. You're my Eeyore and Rabbit. You're my Eeyore and Rabbit. So, and Heather, believe it or not, you want to know what your it is? You're going to laugh. You want to know what your it is? I know it's a lot, but I'm doing it. And this is going to make so much sense for you. And this is huge. Now, Nico's my combination Eeyore and Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. And when I'm talking about id, we would be talking about Alice in Wonderland. Okay? So when you think of Alice in Wonderland and the different ids of our personalities and things of that nature, who do you think you're connected with? See if you get it. And I think this will make you understand a lot. Because for you, everything right now is about growth. So I'm just going to say it. Because nobody else can see the, for anybody else who's new that watches this when I'm not doing it, comments don't publish. You're not the Mad Hatter, honey. You're Alice. Red pill or blue pill? Which one is it going to be? And you think about the tunnels you've been going through the past few years. You're Alice, sweetie. That is who you are. You are definitely not the Mad Hatter. Absolutely not. And you know who your buddy is? You know who your buddy is? You can let her know I said so. I haven't seen her on here. Your buddy, she's a Cheshire Cat. Just so you know. No, you feel that in my soul. Your Alice and your buddy is the Cheshire Cat. Casey. She's a Cheshire Cat. All right, cool beans. All right, so I do have to go. Tonight's been great. We had a lot of fun. A lot of unexpected stuff, which I absolutely adored. Some new people. So I will talk to you guys soon. If you need anything or you want to get some work done or if you want to change your life, I got you. Just book your sessions. Life past sentence, past life regression, soul retrievals, mediumships, whatever you need, I got you. Okay? But you guys, I want to be the gay cat too. I would absolutely tell you 100%. You're welcome, man. You can't. I would say that the Cheshire Cat, I would say, is gender fluid. If you were going to say anything about the Cheshire Cat. Personality like a shapeshifter. If you really think about it. Can't classify that sucker at all. And that's the beauty of it, because you really can't. One day we should do about the whole point of that whole thing. The whole point, because when you really delve into Alice and understand it, let me tell you. All right, so book your sessions. You can instant message me or go to the website www.oneheart.onespirit.com. Absolutely. Message me. Follow me on Facebook so I see your message when it comes in. Whatever questions you have, please feel free to ask me the questions, and I'll explain to you how sessions work. And, I'll tap in a little bit and see where's the best time for you to start. Also, if there's something you have questions about, there are people that I have worked with that, like I said, I can send you for direct references, not just like a letter somebody posts on a website, but somebody you can actually speak to real time, who will share their experiences with you. But absolutely, I look forward to doing some work with you. So, just as soon as you want to go, let's go. It's time. Change your whole world. All right, so I love you guys fierce. Oh, cool thing. Forgot to tell you, Wednesday is I think it's Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it is. No, it's Thursday. I'm lying. Is it Thursday? Yeah, I think it's Thursday is the new moon in Leo. I think. But I'm doing the meditation. So look at the series. Oh, thank you, Mike. I'm the real deal. The series I'm doing is huge. It is huge. And what it's going to lead to after these 7, okay? And anybody who's done my guided meditations, you guys know they're not just guided meditations. I take you guys across the veil. Especially once I open you up and you get going. The experiences, and a lot of people have done the meditation/journey. And it's all about getting to the point where you're living in your present. So that leads you to the point where we're able to really start having you see what your future is. Because there's a difference between having plans for your future, but being good enough and comfortable with yourself and letting go of a lot of things that hold you back, or the words of people that have oppressed you, or situations, getting to the point where you start living in your present for yourself. And being able to actually see your future versus planning it. That's huge. I had an ass kicking. I finally got myself out of the financial hole I was in, so I'm finally going to book my session with you. Oh, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So definitely let me know. And it's okay. I'm always here. You know that when you need me. So the series that I'm doing is on Thursday nights. So it's 8 o'clock PST, 8 o'clock EST. You guys, it doesn't matter if you're on the East Coast, you could do the West Coast. If you're on the West Coast, you could do the East Coast. You can do the whole series, which I recommend because of the progression and what it actually does, but you could also cherry pick. You can come do one session, try to do one thing, and then after that, but it's extensive because we do the work and you go through the journey, the guided meditation. Then after that, you don't have to share it, but people share what they experienced and saw. And then that's also a way you're not crazy. And it was real. And then I actually do mini readings on you guys afterwards. So it's really a good experience. But because I'm doing that on Thursday, I'm not canceling that. And I don't want to do the full moon. I'm gonna have to see. I have to double check. I think it's Thursday. If it's Thursday, I'm doing the full moon live in the morning. Okay. So it will be or the new moon live. I'm sorry. The new moon live in the morning. So which you guys are not used to at all. So it will be saved for you because you guys is more of a teaching thing anyway. So I am going to do that in the morning because I have those meditations at night. But I want to make sure to try to get that in. So I look forward to speaking and working with you guys. I'm here every Monday night. And if you really want to change, don't wait for Monday nights and hope I pick on you. You have to make the first step and then I'll carry you. We'll do this thing together. All right, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.